لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله ما لنا رب سوى لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. لا يحب الله الجهر في السوء من القول إلا من ظلم وكان الله سميعا عليما. صدق الله العظيم. Honorable President of today's program, respected judges, and dear esteemed audience. Today I will speak on the topic of the Islamic principles of freedom of speech. Dear audience, at a time when people were enslaved intellectually, politically, socially, religiously, and economically, Islam came to establish the freedom of belief, freedom of thought, freedom of speech, and freedom to criticize. Islam people's honor and dignity should not be transgressed upon. Dear intellectuals, Islam guarantees freedom of speech and criticism and even considers it obligatory when it concerns the interest of the entire ummah or affects other Islamic moral and general ethical values. In such cases, Islam makes it mandatory upon every Muslim to speak out, revealing the truth, fearing none but Allah. It makes it incumbent upon a Muslim to enjoin what is good and set right what is evil, and to encourage whoever does good deeds and blame whoever does evil deeds. In this case, freedom of speech and criticism are deemed as an obligation and not merely a right one is entitled to. Dear audience, Islam stresses and the principles of freedom, but it has nothing to do with freedom to insult. It lays emphasis on its exact opposite, freedom from insult. It values human dignity, decency, and harmony in the society. And what is true of a society or village is true of the world, as it has become a global village. And now, more than ever before, the world needs harmony and tolerance that can only be achieved by freedom from insult, not by freedom to insult. What we understand from freedom of speech is a political right to communicate one's opinion or ideas using one's physical means to anybody who is willing to receive them. Every government in the world restricts the freedom of speech to a certain degree. But ironically, some in the East started suffering from untreatable intellectual disorder. They say freedom of speech is absolute. You can speak anything against anybody at any time, anywhere, and in any way. Wow! Can you? What does it mean, brother? What does it mean? Does it mean one can abuse other, can insult, can lie, can propagate against his own country, his own faith, can disrespect his own parents who have nourished him with care, can make the caricatures of the prophets, can abuse his Lord who has created him from a drop of water? Maybe yes for some, because their freedom of speech is absolute. But our freedom of speech is restricted. And all we can do and say is within certain limits. We are just humans, neither close to God, who can do anything and everything, nor animals, which do not enjoy the faculty of wisdom, We don't find either a place to do and say anything or everything being absolutely free other than in a jungle. Dear audience, Islam reminds people to stay away from harsh speech. As Allah Almighty says in Surah Al-Nisa, chapter number 4, ayah number 148, لا يحب الله الجهر بالسوء من القول إلا من ظلم وكان الله سميعا عليما. Allah loves not the utterance of harsh speech save by one who has been wronged. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught Muslims to never let the low moral standards of their adversaries instigate them to do something beyond the bounds of justice and fair play. As a result of this teaching, a Muslim can never imagine to insult any prophet, from Adam to Moses to Jesus and to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Peace be upon them all. This is our freedom of speech and is not absolute, as it carries certain responsibilities and is not evil or vice. So we are not here to accept unjustly and to support Charlie Hebdo to incite 1.7 billion Muslims to never let the low moral standards of their adversaries. Dear brothers, may Allah save us from these sort of evil thoughts and actions that have wide ramifications and give us tawfiq to follow Islamic principles in word and deed. Ameen. Here I conclude my speech. Wa akhiru da'wana anil hamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Eastern Crescent is not just an English monthly, but differs from others in many ways. It consists of well-researched articles, targets issues which seldom get the attention of the mainstream media, gives every issue its deserving place, answers the misconceptions about Islam and Muslims, acts aptly on its slogan, Alternative Media, People's Choice. For subscription and other details, please contact us on 022 2677 1618 or 022 2679 8538. You may also log on to www.easterncrescent.in.